I'd like to welcome in the former governor of Alabama, Don Siegelman. Governor, thank you so much for giving us some of your time. First of all, this is supposed to happen in a matter of hours. At this point, is there any way this execution does not happen?
Yes, if Governor Ivey will think about the moral implications of this. The legal implications are also obvious. This man was sentenced to life in prison by a jury of 11-1. 11 people on a 12-person jury voted for life in prison. The judge said, no, I'm going to kill you anyway. So, there's a constitutional issue that I don't know how the Supreme Court can turn its back on this case, but they have. Alabama in 2017 was the last state to abandon judicial overrides. And this man is one of 31 people still on Alabama's death row who were sentenced not by a jury, but by a judge. And it's clearly unconstitutional. It's illegal in Alabama, and it makes absolutely no sense. But, more than that, it is just simply immoral to go forward with this execution when his jury recommended life without parole by a vote of 11-1.
Governor, you just went through a list there, and there are so many layers to this. What is your biggest concern?
Well, my biggest concern is that we're ignoring the Constitution and we're ignoring Alabama law, and we're doing something that is clearly immorally wrong, and it's frustrating. It's disheartening, and I hope the governor will pull the plug, so to speak, and allow the legislature to deal with this issue. They passed a bill in 2017 banning this practice of judicial overrides. Now they need to make it retroactive and put all of these people in for life without parole as their juries recommended.
Yeah, and Governor, right now, I mean, there really is no sign that there is going to be any stop to this execution. As you know, your state's protocol makes no provision for a sedative before execution. Talk about how significant this is, and do we know if one will still, in fact, be used?
Well, I do not know whether one will be used or not, but it hardly matters. I mean, death by suffocation is not going to be pleasant. It is akin to, waterboarding someone to death, and America is better than this. The United States is better than this, and most of the time it seems like we are better. But, in this case, in Alabama, we are showing that we are not better, and that we can sink to the lowest common denominator. So I'm still hopeful that the governor will do the right thing. There's one other thing, Nichole, I want to bring out about Alabama's death penalty laws. They are, they're unconstitutional, they're indefensible, and they are based on race. The law that is putting this man to death today, death by judicial override, disproportionately impacts blacks by more than double. Of the 31 people on Alabama's death row sentenced by judicial override, 61% are black citizens.
Right.
Alabama has a population of about 26%, 27% African American, and so it's clearly the judges have used this at a time when they are seeking election. In non-election years, the judicial, the Equal Justice Initiative showed that in non-election years, judicial overrides were about 7%. In an election year, when judges were seeking votes, it rose to 30%. And again, 61% of the people sentenced by judicial override are black.
Yeah, certainly hard to not see racial implications in all of this. But Governor, I do have to point out, you're speaking out now, but with all due respect, you yourself did not intervene on multiple executions in your state. How do you rationalize that?
Well, if I had known then what I know now about the breadth of prosecutorial misconduct, I would have commuted the sentences of everybody on death row to life in prison without parole.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.